Hi guys, Commander Mythcolour here with another Elite Dangerous video for you today. Today we're going to be talking about the new 1.3 update Powerplay and the new features added in by Frontier on when the update was released on Saturday. Now, the first thing to note about the new Powerplay update is the name of the update, Powerplay. They've added a whole new system called Powerplay. And I'll be doing the tutorial on Powerplay later on this week as well, so look out for that. But the main things they've added for Powerplay are they've added a power map view on the galaxy map. So if we go over to the galaxy map now, I'll show you that. So when you go over to view, there is now a Powerplay map, and doesn't that look cool? All the big powers and how many systems they have. So there's the Powerplay map. They've also added power information and action screens. So if we go over to the left hand tab and go down to Galactic Powers and click on here, then we now have all 10 of the galactic powers, and if you click on one then you get their information and all that, and I'll be looking into that further on in the week. They've also added power specific ship modules. So for example, there is one called it's called the Imperial Hammer, and it's a special type of hardpoint. It's got different ranges to its normal counterpart, and so they've added, so you get those by pledging your allegiance to a power, and then you get a certain rating, and then you can buy the weapon and equip it on your ship. They've also added power specific AI ships or NPC ships, so you'll see them flying around and saying messages. So if you're in a power, then you might see enemies or might see friendlies, and they'll chatter along to you. There'll also be AI ships that will hunt you down if you defect from a power, and for how long they hunt you down depends on your rating in that power. And then there is power specific goods and actions. So I think there is also power specific commodities. I'm not too sure about that one though. Galnet News is also accessible from the Galactic Powers. If we go back on that, you can see here the Galnet Your Galaxy in Focus. So now you can access the Galnet News from anywhere, and the only news found in stations is the local news. So if we load this up, you can see the local news here, and then the big galactic news here. Now the next thing they've added are 3 new ships: the playable ship Imperial Courier, an Empire ship obviously, and then the Diamondback Scout and the Diamondback Explorer. The Diamondback Explorer was an unexpected ship in the update, but after complaints of the Diamondback Scout not being good enough for exploring as it was supposed to be, they added the Diamondback Explorer for that purpose. Yeah, so they're the ships as well. Now they've also added some more things in the outfitting department. So if we go over to internal modules and go over to the internal modules here, you have 3 different types of limpet controllers now. Well, technically you have 4. So you have the Hatchbreaker limpet controllers as usual, but now you have Collector limpet controllers, Prospector limpet controllers, and Fuel Transfer limpet controllers. And they're 3 different types of drones, and you can do different things with them, and I'll be talking about them in a later video as well. They've also added extra fuel tank capacity, so now any one of these internal modules can be an extra fuel tank, so if you needed extra fuel, then you could use that to get there. Now they've also changed the mission overhaul. So if we go over to bulletin board, you'll see that when it loads, that missions are there's a lot of different missions. So when you click on this, there's a lot of different stories. So there's still bounty hunting ones, but there are lots of different ones, and the more information about them, and you're scaled up depending on your reputation in the system, or whoever you're working for, and your reputation in the galaxy, and you also being given information on the effects of doing this mission, so on your reputation, on the influence to the party involved, so your relationship required with them, and they're also being graded on your combat rank, or your explorer rank, or your trade rank. So you're a certain rank and you can do certain things. The mission targets, so for this, they can now be generated in Super Cruise, so you might need to have a interdictor, say for an assassination mission, if you're trying to take down an anaconda or something. And so the AI difficulty, depending on, so mostly harmless combat rank, they'll be a lot easier than an elite combat rank mission. There are also ones requiring minable materials, so there's now mining ones, so osmium, that's one, and there are also revamped military progression missions, and founder and elite rank missions as well, if you want to do those. So missions have been basically vamped, so they're better and more profitable depending on your rank and how much you've played the game. They've also added chatter tables, so you can now locate targets easier depending on what the NPCs are saying. So your assassination target might be talking to his wing, etc., and you can pick that up. Now they've also updated the bounty system, not for collecting bounties but for being given bounties. So if you get given a bounty, say for killing somebody, then you can't pay it off. It'll be there for 7 days and it will expire after those 7 days. Major factions don't record crimes anymore, so if you had a bounty in this system, say with give an example with the one I have selected now, if you got a bounty with them, you would not get a bounty with any other Federation system or party. It would only be this one you would have a bounty with. So that's kind of the contrast of the not being able to pay them off. Fines now take 7 days to expire too, but they never coexist with bounties. So if you have a bounty, the fine will go into the bounty, but if you don't have a bounty, then the fine will just be there, and then you don't actually have to pay it until 7 days. Well, you do pay fines, but if you don't pay the fine, it just goes straight into the bounty. And then once the bounty say has expired, it will only expire when you log back into the game, sorry, or you hyperspace, or if you've died, you resurrect. But the other thing is friendly fire values have been relaxed. So say someone goes in front of your beam lasers, then if you only just clip them, there won't be a bounty caused. It's if you continuously hit them for several seconds. Now they've also added, if I go to the system map, now for targets. So if you're in another system on the other side of the galaxy, you can go into a system map and then go and then select the route, and it will take you to the system and then to the station. I think it's a bit buggy at the moment, but they're going to fix it with the new 1.3.1 update. They've got a few bugs to fix. There's added mining bonuses for mining operations within extraction sites. So you can now mine painite and osmium in the asteroids, and they've also added low and high intensity resource extraction site scenarios. So low intensity have less pirates, but there's less mining opportunities. High, there's more pirates and more mining opportunities, so you're more likely to find painite, for example. Now if you died and you couldn't pay the money for your ship, you could get a loan, and they've now changed that so there's not a set amount you can have a loan, but it depends on your rank. So if you're elite, you get a bigger loan size than if you were mostly harmless, for example. And if you're a founder, then your decal is now gold. Now they've also added crimes for reckless flying within the no-fire zones. So if you're above the speeding limit, I'm not actually sure what the exact value is, but if you're above it and you collide with someone and you only hurt their shields, then you get a fine. And if you damage their hull, you'll get a larger fine. And if you destroy a ship after you collide with them within the no fire zone, then you will be given a bounty. But it does respect the report crimes against me setting, so if you have that turned off and someone rams you, then it won't matter if you get damaged or not, because you have report crimes against me turned off, and so the shipyard doesn't acknowledge that. You've also got progress for the Pilot Federation ranks. So as you can see here, they've got percentage of how much you are. So for my combat rank, I'm 99% competent, so if I kill one more thing, I'll be the next rank up. And they've also added NPC chatter, so you can now see say like wedding barges talking while you're flying through Super Cruise. And there's also rank up messages in the message window when you rank up. But yeah, that's the 1.3 update. These were just the main points given to us by Frontier on their forum. There's lots of minor bugs that have been fixed, and other things that have been fixed. But that is the 1.3 update in a nutshell, really. I'm Commander Mythcolour. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope this was informative. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.